Alright, hey guys, this is a review I've been putting off for a long time now, and I feel bad about it. It's just so much admin time trying to set this thing up, which you'll see later on. But this is the Ripstay. They've been making their rounds on Facebook and Instagram, and I don't know if there's any other platforms. I don't even like using Instagram. So what you get in your package for right now, since it's about to launch, is what they call a 3x5 footprint. So you get these three basically molly sticks, if you will, and then the power bridge, as they call it, and then a chunk of 550 cord. And the way you set it up is just route your paracord out the power bridge, tie a knot there, out the power bridge, tie a knot there, and then fold it over and stick it through the hole there. And then you can tie off wherever you need to. So if you want a longer pull cord, you basically just put an overhand knot in the very end there and leave it hanging. If you're worried about this thing snagging and pulling off, you just tie your knot lower down and cut off the excess. Since I didn't know what I wanted to use it on, I put the knot as far out as I could and left it there until I find a permanent usage for this thing. Alright, so it works exactly as advertised. It is a quick release for whatever molly pouch you want to throw it on. Later on in the video, I'm going to show it to you on a 0-point hook and line kit, since it was one of the only pouches I have that has the appropriate footprint on the back. Alright. In most of the other reviews that you see this thing used with, it's on an IFAC, which is probably about the only thing I would recommend it for, because it's something that you want to only use one time, and then the pouch at that point is basically expendable because you've got bigger concerns. Okay, you are not in the field going to get this thing back together, at least not while you're doing your job. If you've got some significant downtime, you can do it. So that's why I say basically only on the IFAC. And all of my IFACs are already QD, so I didn't really have one to try it on, or a need to use it for that. All right. So that's the Ripstay in a nutshell right there. You're going to see later on it used on a couple different platforms, and then at the end I'll throw up my suggestion for how I would ideally use this thing, but it won't work with this setup as it sits. Alright, so this is a 3x5 Ripstay on a Velocity Scarab with the 0-point hook and line kit, fully loaded. Saw a tech on Instagram somewhere say that this thing might work well for his dismounted hook and line kit. So we're going to try that out. I'm going to go ahead and say bad op. It took about 20 minutes to put this on. I highly doubt you're going to want to take 20 minutes every time you use your hook and line kit to reset it. But if you do, have at it. We'll go over some tips for mounting this thing at the end of the video. Alright, so here's the toggle. Alright. There you go, hook and line kit, dismounted from the vest. Alright, so again we got 3x5 Ripstay, 0-point hook and line kit, Mystery Ranch base. It would be on a vest, and it would be around your belt, your waist, so it would be a fairly rigid platform. Probably the best of both worlds for getting some good traction on this thing. I wanted to do this on a Cry blast belt, and then I realized that my IFAC is using all of the molly on my belt. I don't have the side wings, so I didn't have any molly to mount this on. So the rigid padding and the little Kydex stays in here are probably going to be a better testament than the blast belt anyways, as to how this thing works on different platforms. Alright, so Mystery Ranch base, 0-point hook and line kit. Rips out just fine. You'll see the molly footprint on here wasn't ideal since it's just 2 and 2, but I have no doubt it would have stayed secure. Your Ripstays might have floated around on you a little bit until they hit tension on the bottom, but would have been locked on there and not given up until you pulled on it. Ripstay on a Ronin belt, don't even think about it. Alright, hey guys, I forgot to say later on, I did not pay for the Ripstay that was sent to me. They've sent out a bunch of kits to people to have them tried out and everything, and I found out about them through a third party the Kit Fob. If you guys have never hit up that store, check them out. It's a great place. Great guys running it and solid pricing. So they sent me to the direction of the Ripstay guys. They said they were looking for some trials. So went over there. They shipped out a set the next day, and I've been kind of mulling over how to use it since I got it. So excuse the meme-worthy plate carrier here, but this is what I'm going to show you. About the only use I think I have for the Ripstay. And that's not saying anything negative about the product. It's not a solution looking for a problem. It's not useless. It's just, for my purposes, this is about the only thing I have. All right, so the way I've got this set up is I've got the tag, I forget what they call this thing, but the sustainment pack, or combat sustainment pack, I think they call it. And it has shoulder straps, or you can molly it direct to your vest. So I've kind of done neither here. I have some molly zipper adapters here. All right, and I mollied the pack onto the zipper adapter, and then the zipper adapter onto the vest. All right, I left the shoulder straps intact, and I tucked them in the pocket that's created by those molly adapters. All right, so the straps are on it, and it is basically zipped onto the pack. All right, so the thought process here is this thing is on my vest until I need it, so there's no straps to deal with or anything like that. And then if I need anything out of here, I can unzip it from the pack, or have a buddy unzip it from the vest. Use whatever I need out of here, and then when I'm done, I don't have to remount it if I don't have time. The straps will at that point be free, and I can throw it over my shoulder just like a regular backpack. So my thoughts with the Ripstay is it could basically replace the zipper adapter here, and you could have a more stable package, right? Because this is supposed to be 6 columns wide, but I've only got it 4 right now. So you could mount it correctly with the Ripstay, one on each side, and then backpack straps in the middle, and then just a really wide power bridge with only 2 holes in it. That way, if you need to use your pack, you just pull the lanyard. It's going to drop your pack for you. You use whatever you need on there, and then you either store the Ripstays somewhere or just leave them. They're going to be cheap enough that that's a easy expense to swallow, and then throw the backpack on traditional backpack style. So again, for my uses, I think that's about the only place I would use the Ripstays. They're just too slow to install for anything that you're going to use on any sort of regular basis that you don't have a means to retain elsewise. All right, so IFAK, it's a one and done thing. It's a great option for an IFAK if you don't have a QD IFAK. If you have some sort of single-use equipment, like maybe you rig a law up with Ripstays, that's an option. Maybe some sort of munitions pouch. As long as you're willing to eat the cost of the pouch, basically, because you're going to have to store it somewhere else other than where it originally was until you're done with the mission. So Ripstays work exactly as advertised. If you've got a use for them, I would get one. They're going to be cheap enough to try out and not feel the pain if they don't work out for you. All right, guys, thanks for your time.